Hi there, welcome to our third video in this series on Adobe Productions. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the organization of a production, and I'm going to show you a couple of different examples of how you might want to take that blank production panel in Premiere and organize it in a way that's useful for you and your entire editorial team. So to get started, I'm actually already inside of a production that I've created here. If we come over here to the production panel, you'll notice on the top level of this, everything is kind of just organized in folders. And a useful trick here is to use a number at the beginning of the folder names so that you can kind of organize them in the order in which you want them. Traditionally, the way I typically go is I'll start with like 5, 10, 15, 20. If I know something is near the bottom of the list, I'll give it a number like 100. I always leave some space between the numbers because inevitably I'll forget something as I'm starting to build out the overall production, and I'll want to add a number that's somewhere like maybe in between 5 and 10, for example. So I've already gone through and done this, and you'll notice that these folders are kind of organized based on what I'm going to be putting inside of these different projects. The media folder, if I twirl that open, you'll see that there's a series of different folders and a couple of projects in here dealing with sound effects and some graphics and titles. If I go into dailies, these are each day of my film shoot. So this project is actually organized around a short film. And so this was shot over 13 days. And you can see that each day of shooting, when the footage came in, the assistant editor created a new project, called it day 1, and imported the footage into that project. When day 2 came in, just basically did the exact same thing over again. So that by the end of shooting, you'll have individual projects for each of those days shooting. So if you know that a particular shot happened on day 1 or day 2, you can immediately go back into that project and find it. This also helps when you have alternate takes that you need to look for, because if I'm in the timeline, I can take advantage of that cross-project referencing that we mentioned in our introductory video. I can actually right-click on a clip and choose Reveal in Project, and this will open up the project that contains that particular clip and allow me to see if maybe there's some alternate takes that happen to have been shot on that same day. So this is one method of organizing where if you're shooting something that, you're dealing with dailies, you're shooting things where you might be shooting completely out of order, but you want to make sure that each of your raw shots are kind of in the same location. This is one method of organizing that might make sense to you. You'll notice if I go through and look at some of the other folders in here, I've actually got scene folders so that we can break this up into different scenes. As we get the raw material in, we can kind of reorganize things. As we group stuff into multicams to synchronize picture and sound, we might move those multicams over into the scene projects so that we have all the footage necessary for each scene so that an editor can cut together a scene. And then as things kind of progress from there, we might break things out into reels. So if I have like a 60-minute film, for example, I might have 3 different reels that are around 18 to 22 minutes, somewhere in that range. And again, that gives different editors the ability to be working on different pieces as they move along. An assistant editor might be organizing scene 6 while the lead editor is cutting scene 2. Later in the process, an assistant might be doing sound design on reel 2 while the lead editor cuts reel 3. It just it makes this kind of a nice process, and you break it up based on how your team is going to work together. In some cases, you might have just different editing projects named for the different editors. Here I have a folder called Scratch Projects. I can be cutting in my Scratch project using the same source material that Marjorie is working with, but she's over in her own Scratch project kind of, doing something completely different. So that's part of the key in organizing your production. You want to make sure that each of these projects is sort of bite-sized, maybe just has a couple of sequences in it or has, a small amount of clips, a couple hundred is fine, but something that's small enough that'll open very quickly and very easily. Similarly, things like sound effects probably are going to live in their own separate project. Music cues might live in their own separate project. And we'll talk about importing those from production to production in a later video. Let me show you one other example of a production here. I'm going to go ahead and close this production. And I'm going to open up a different production. And this is a production that I have. Let me go ahead and browse to it here. We'll go back to my Carl Media folder. And this one's called Around the World Episodic. And I'll go ahead and open this one up. And we'll just open up a project here just to get the full interface. So working in this production, this is actually geared around the idea of doing multiple episodes of the same series over time. So depending on how you want to break things up, you might do a production for each season. You might do a single production that has multiple seasons in it. It really just depends on how big you want the production to be, how many times you actually go back and you pull footage from older episodes into a newer episode. Having it all in one production can make that very, very easy. Oh yeah, we have that one scene from episode 5 of last season. Let's just go and bring in that footage and we'll make that a montage sequence or something along those lines. So the way I've got this one organized is instead of having it organized by dailies and then scenes and then reels and then having a cuts folder where the different cuts are being put together, this one is actually organized around the idea of having 3 seasons of a series. And if I go into season 1 and twirl this down, each season you can see has different episodes, 101, 102, 103, and so on. If I go into this, you can see now we're seeing something that looks a little bit similar to what you saw in my other production, where there's a dailies folder, there's a scenes folder, an acts folder of full episodes, and then turnover cuts. So this is a different idea for organizing a production. Just thinking out loud, if you're a documentary filmmaker, you might want to organize this by story arc, or you might want to have folders as you're shooting interviews. Each of those are going to end up in a different project. And then as you're starting to put story arcs together, you might want to do an entire through line as an edit that then you're going to cut that into the final film. So each of those might be different projects that you might be working on. It's really up to you. It's fully customizable however you want to organize it. But I wanted to show you some examples of some sort of built out productions, because that blank production panel can be a little daunting when you first see it. So just know that, in a lot of cases, people build out these types of folders and subfolders and oftentimes reuse the same organization from production to production. So hopefully this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe to see the rest of this series of videos and as we come out with more videos moving forward in the future. Thanks for watching.